If you're looking for some on-stage entertainment, we have three great options for you on stage right now. Joining me is theater insider Tim Scott. We want to start with Sweeney Todd because you are in Sweeney Todd.
I am in Sweeney Todd at the Kansas City Repertory Theater.
It's a gruesome. It's about this barber that kind of goes off the rails and starts slashing people's throats.
Yes, he's very angry. Of course, you would be angry if you were wrongly sent to jail for 15 years and your wife and child was taken away from you. This is Sweeney Todd at the Kansas City Repertory Theater. We're in our final week over there. Of course, Stephen Sondheim's masterpiece. A lot of people, it may have come into your consciousness because the movie with Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter a few years ago, directed by Tim Burton. It's a wonderful, there I am, check me out.
Who do you play?
I play Adolfo Pirelli, the Italian king of the barber of kings, Sweeney Todd's first victim. But I gotta tell you about this show that is only plays for a few more days. The production value at the KC Rep is so high. It's just such an honor to be in a show like that. If you are looking for world-class musical theater, we're so fortunate to have KC Rep in town. Tally Sessions, Ellen Harvey play Sweeney and Mrs. Lovett. They are multiple Broadway credits to both of them. It's such an honor to be on stage with them, and it runs for only a few more days. You get to see me in my custom-made wig and my razor-like sideburns, and then it's time to shave again.
Is it gory? Do they do fake blood, or do they do it in a way
so
where
it's pretty, you know, Eric Rosen was the director. His concept was he really wanted to evoke this horror movie feel to the whole thing. So the lighting design suggests that. There's a few blood moments when I'm the first person to get my throat slit. Without giving too much away, blood sprays out everywhere.
How do they do that? What do they use? Like,
so he's got a blood razor that he compresses and blood comes out. And then I've also got this rig that I have to like hook onto myself that I push this button that's compressed with air and it just saturates my
that's
whole
awesome.
being. It's.
I love hearing like how things work behind the scenes.
Yeah, and my 11-year-old daughter saw it, so she was cool with it, and she said,
you told her ahead of time, something bad's gonna happen to Dad.
And she said, I thought there'd be more blood. She's so underwhelmed.
I love that.
Yeah.
Men of Faith. This one is a gospel show?
Yeah, it's over there at the Chestnut Fine Arts Center in Olathe. We got, you know, a bunch of dudes on stage, a lot of testosterone, doing these great gospel classics, you know, think like the Gaithers and music like that. The Chestnut is such a great venue because, you know, they encourage you to sing along. You know these tunes. It's such a communal show, and you know the guys are up there working hard. They're sweating. It's just a great fun show over there at the Chestnut that runs, I think, for a few more weeks out there. So if that's your bag, you know, they encourage you to sing along out there. Brad Zimmerman does a great job, and so Men of Faith running at the Chestnut for a few more weeks.
Your third option is playing at the Living Room Theater.
Right. Yeah. This is a world premiere play currently at the Living Room Theater. It's called The Mascot, and they've decided to bring this play in. It's the first time it's ever been done. It kind of is about a father who he didn't have his own dreams fulfilled, so he's kind of putting the screws to his son to fulfill his dreams. Right, and his dream is to be a college mascot at the University of Notre Dame. So it's kind of the trials and tribulations about, you know, discovering yourself and still trying to please your parents. So fortunate to be able to, the playwright's from Chicago and chose to debut this play in Kansas City. So we're so fortunate to have an opportunity to be the first people ever to see this play at the Living Room Theater.
Why, being from Chicago, what drew him to Kansas City to be the first place to debut his play?
Yeah, had a lot of options. Jerry Hickey is the playwright's name, told me he had a lot of options. Chose Kansas City for economical reasons and also because he was so inspired and taken with the talent pool and the venue in particular at the Living Room. He thought it was just such an urban setting and very much like Chicago, and just fell in love with the cast and the creative teams, the directors from KU, Peter Zazzali. So those are three great options. We got Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, the musical thriller, over at the Kansas City Repertory Theater, Men of Faith, the Chestnut, and then The Mascot, the world premiere comedy at the Living Room Theater till April 29th.
Fake blood, music, and mascots.
You did it, man. There it is.
Well done. Theater insider Tim Scott, three great productions on stage right now, one of which he is in.
I am.
Sweeney Todd.
Come see me.
He dropped